Starmer said the group is working on a Russia-Ukraine peace deal to present to President Trump. In the meantime, Starmer said the group will bolster military aid to Ukraine and look at building a coalition of peacekeeping troops from Europe.
Europe must do the heavy lifting, but to support peace in our continent and to succeed, this effort must have strong US backing.
While in London, Zelenskyy told reporters he believes he can salvage his relationship with President Trump. In Moscow Sunday, Russia's top diplomat praised the president's handling of his meeting with Zelenskyy. The president later posted on social media, "We should spend less time thinking about Putin and more time worrying about migrants."
In a series of high-profile meetings, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has thrown his weight behind Ukraine. It was a show of international solidarity as Starmer welcomed his Ukrainian counterpart to Downing Street after his fallout with Trump and JD Vance at the White House.
The deal be salvaged, President Zelensky. What's your message to the US President? Can a deal be salvaged, President Zelensky? What is your message to Donald Trump? What's your message to Donald Trump, President Zelensky? Sir Keir, can you help broker a deal?
The moment Ukrainian President Zelensky arrived in the UK for this meeting where a historic $3.3 billion security deal was inked and there was a whole crowd of people cheering on. According to reports, the money will be dispersed in the next few days.
And to achieve what we both want to achieve, which is a lasting peace for Ukraine based on sovereignty and security for Ukraine. So important for Ukraine, so important for Europe and so important for the United Kingdom. So I'm much looking forward to our discussions here this afternoon. Thank you very much for making the time to come.
With pleasure. Thank you very much, Keir. Mr. Prime Minister, happy to be here. And really, I saw a lot of people and I want to thank you, people of the United Kingdom, such big support from the very beginning of this war. Thank you, your team. And I'm very happy that His Majesty the King accepted my meeting tomorrow, and I'm thankful that you organized such a great summit for tomorrow. And we are very happy in Ukraine that we have such strategic partners. We signed with you historic documents.
100-year agreement.
Yeah, we have only with you such documents with the United Kingdom, so we're happy and we count on your support. And really, we're really happy that we have such partners and such friends.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lydia.
Starmer then posted the following statement: "I am determined to find a path that ends Russia's illegal war and ensures a just and lasting peace that secures Ukraine's future and sovereignty and security." He continued, "My support for Ukraine is unwavering. The UK stands with you."
Words from President Zelensky as ever today. I had the opportunity to go to see the President in Kyiv just last year and to personally assure him that if there's a change of government in 2024 in the elections that we will have, there'll be no change of approach from the UK in the support that we provide for Ukraine. It's why we've been very consistent in our support so far, and we'll continue that if we're privileged enough to form a government. But he is absolutely right to remind us of the ever-present threat of Russia and the aggression that continues in Ukraine. And we stand with Ukraine, we stand with our allies and international partners.
It was a show on how you're supposed to treat an ally. Keir Starmer writes it was an honour to welcome President Zelensky to Downing Street and reiterate his unwavering support for Ukraine. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer wasted zero time on Friday to call out the fascistic behaviour of Putin, Trump and all of it.
And with you historic documents.
100-year agreement.
Yeah, we have only with you such documents with the United Kingdom. So we're happy, and we count on your support, and really, really, we're really happy that we have such partners and such friends. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was a direct contrast to what happened in the Oval Office last week. According to reports, this loan will enhance Ukraine's defence capabilities and will be repaid using revenues from Russia's frozen assets. The funds will be directed toward weapon production in Ukraine. According to Starmer, this is true justice, as the one who started the war must be the one to pay for it.
Peace will return to our continent with a pacified Russia. But we have to look at the situation before us. To remain a spectator in this dangerous world would be crazy. We need, without any further ado, to take steps to guarantee the security of France, Europe and Ukraine first.
Now, French President Emmanuel Macron posted the following comments. Rather, if anyone is playing World War III, it is Putin. He brought 1,000 North Korean soldiers to Europe, and he begged for Iranian drones to aid their nuclear program in return for waging war on Europe. It is not Zelensky who's playing World War III, Donald.
Now, and Downing Street says Sir Keir Starmer has spoken to Volodymyr Zelensky tonight after Donald Trump accused him of being a dictator. Number 10 says the Prime Minister expressed his support for President Zelensky as Ukraine's democratically elected leader and said that it was perfectly reasonable to suspend elections during wartime, as has happened. Our chief political correspondent, John Craig, joins me now from Westminster. John, tell us more about this.
This is a very public show of support for President Zelensky in the face of the attacks, the increasingly loud attacks and vitriolic attacks on him by President Trump, the latest in which he's called him a dictator. So the number 10 have just revealed in the last few minutes that the Prime Minister and President Zelensky have spoken on the phone and stressed the need for everyone to work together, In other words, the Europeans being involved in the peace process as well, such as it is.
However, the Ukrainian president still wants to work with the United States and Donald Trump's administration. He reaffirmed his intention to partner with the government of the United States. Now, the question is, will Donald Trump agree to work with Zelensky again after the fallout from last week's meeting? Why is Zelensky insisting on the US? Is the money from EU countries not enough?
After an explosive face-off at the White House, Ukrainian President Zelensky held crucial talks with Prime Minister Starmer and European leaders. Starmer, during his meet with Zelensky, said, "We stand with you for as long as it may take." This comes following a dramatic confrontation which we all saw between Donald Trump at the Oval Office. The meeting with Trump ended in complete disarray and disaster, with the president accusing Zelensky of gambling with the idea of a World War III and lacking any iota of gratitude for America. Now, since this face-off, European leaders have rallied behind Zelensky, issuing over 30 public statements of support. Zelensky's visit to Britain aims to secure European commitment on defence spending and security amidst the ongoing war with Russia. UK has already pledged significant military aid, including long-range precision missiles and air defence systems. Zelensky is scheduled to meet Prince Charles later today.
Well, let me just say that you're very, very welcome here in Downing Street.
Now let's get back to the story of what happened as Starmer welcomed the Ukrainian president with open arms. According to reports, they didn't just discuss Ukraine during their talks, they spoke about the challenges facing all of Europe, coordination with partners, concrete steps to strengthen Ukraine's position, and ending the war with a just peace, along with robust security guarantees. As for Trump, he just sent US fighter jets to join their Israeli counterparts in a range of operational drills. Trump's administration has been criticised by the EU for not caring about Ukraine and what is going on in Europe, but there is a place Trump cares about, the Middle East and Israel in particular. This particular exercise featured Israeli F-35I and F-15I fighter jets flying alongside the US B-52 strategic bomber, practicing coordination in a range of operational scenarios. The drills were designed to strengthen connectivity between the two forces and improve their ability to address regional threats.
We're going to be doing something else that's going to be very good. We're going to be selling a gold card You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before or anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Sure.
Mr. President, are there
Wait a minute.
requirements for that
Hang on a sec.
Do you have to invest a certain amount of money?
This exercise comes amid escalating concerns over Iran's advancing nuclear program. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, reported that as of February 8, 2025, Iran's stockpile of uranium enriched up to 60% reached 274.8 kilograms, marking a significant increase of 92.5 kilograms since November 2024. This level of enrichment is nearing weapons-grade material, intensifying fears that Tehran is approaching nuclear breakout capability. The inclusion of a USB-52 Stratofortress in the exercise is particularly significant. The long-range heavy bomber, capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear weapons, is a key asset in any potential military strike on Iran's deeply fortified nuclear facilities. The B-52, with its ability to carry massive ordnance penetrators, MOPs, bunker-busting bombs designed to destroy hardened targets, would be essential in any operation to neutralize Iran's nuclear infrastructure. These bombs, weighing up to 300 pounds, are specifically designed to penetrate deep into fortified structures before detonating. In response to regional developments, reports indicated last month that Iran has heightened its defensive measures, placing missile defense systems on high alert due to fears of potential joint military action by Israel and the United States. Will a war break out between Israel and Iran, and is that why Trump is more focused on the Middle East? Going back to the UK Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer will talk to European leaders in the next few days as he continues his diplomatic push for peace in Ukraine. He will also be briefed on the outcome of a summit of EU leaders aimed at boosting support for Ukraine and bolstering the continent's defence capability. According to reports from the summit, the 27 EU leaders signed off a move to loosen budget restrictions so that willing EU countries can increase their military spending, which could free up around €650 billion, PS 545 billion. They also committed to providing Ukraine with a total of €30.6 billion to fund Volodymyr Zelensky's resistance against Russia's invasion in 2025. The call on Friday will see Sir Keir speaking to European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Antonio Costa, President of the European Council. The Prime Minister and French President Emmanuel Macron are seeking countries willing to supply troops for a peacekeeping force to defend a potential deal, an idea that Russia has rejected. Defense Secretary John Healey said Donald Trump has asked Europe to step up, and we are, as he started talks in Washington with his US counterpart Pete Hegseth on Thursday.
Stand with you, with Ukraine, for as long as it may take. And I hope you heard some of that cheering in the street. That is the people of the United Kingdom coming out to demonstrate how much they support you, how much they support Ukraine, and our absolute determination to stand with you, unwavering determination, and to achieve what we both want to achieve, which is a lasting peace for Ukraine based on sovereignty and security for Ukraine. So important for Ukraine, so important for Europe, and so important for the United Kingdom. So I'm much looking forward to our discussions here this afternoon. Thank you very much for making the time to come.
With pleasure. Thank you very much, Keir. Mr. Prime Minister, happy to be here, and really.
However, Starmer believes that Ukraine still needs military support, even if the proposed peace deal is not far off. According to him, it will be a mistake to think Ukraine no longer needs military support because a peace deal is inevitable. He went further to explain that any peace deal between Russia and Ukraine must be defended by the rest of the EU. Overall, the UK Prime Minister has shown himself a capable and dependable ally to Ukraine, However, it remains to be seen how Starmer will handle the potential tension with the United States. Also, things can quickly change in international politics, so we have to wait and watch how things shape up in the coming weeks and months. If you enjoyed this political discussion, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating political discussions.